This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com, and tons of you have been messaging me at the Hannibal TV on social media. I'm not the only one that answers that, but I'm going to address something that you guys have been asking me in a video rather than answer you all individually. But first, I did hear from Blaze, the manager of the reigning Texas heavyweight champion and Great North Wrestling heavyweight champion, none other than the Blood Hunter. She said regarding people saying that the Blood Hunter likes hurting people, that's 100% true. She mentioned that he actually gets off on it. He has a little bit of a fetish for hurting people. And apparently he also has a vampire side to him, and he feeds on the blood of other wrestlers, and he'll do anything to get it. So just passing along that message. By the way, he does have a shirt where you can go to our merch page, link at thehannibaltv.com, or in the description and get it. And Blaze will be managing him as she was before. Here on out, she is the only one that can control him, she says. The other managers that he had could not control him. So let me get into what I was going to talk about before I pass along that message from the absolutely stunning Blaze, who is quite powerful as well. WWE is worth approximately $4.27 billion right now. I talked to a lawyer friend of mine, and he said Comcast, which owns NBC, has revenues of about $104 billion. So for a big company like that, if they wanted to buy WWE, that would just be a drop in the bucket for them. They wanted to purchase all of their content and so forth. And at the same time, ratings are hitting record lows regularly now. Raw did its second lowest rating ever last week, and then actually beat that this week for this week to be its second lowest rating ever, getting very close to that lowest rating ever record again. So it's a very good time for Vince to sell. He just had his most profitable year ever. Sold the WWE network, or loaned it out for, I guess, 5 years for $1 billion. They have hundreds of millions worth of television deals annually. They're getting that money annually. They still have the Saudi Arabia deal where they're getting tens of millions per event that they put on in Saudi Arabia. Live events weren't exactly doing them many favors with their stock, so they had no live events because of lockdown. They are going back to TV tapings, but those generally draw more and will help the product. It'll get rid of that fake crowd sound, which is horrible. So if Vince was going to cash out, there'd be no better time than now. As far as Dynamite moving to TBS in January 2022, I don't think it's ever really good for a company's flagship show to be moved to another network. I don't know yet I don't know if they've announced if it's going to be in the same time slot or not, but it might not be available in all the same homes. I know there's a slight difference in availability between the two networks. I know growing up for a long time in Canada, you didn't have TBS. You had to have a special black box cable network to get it. Then for a while, it was added to the lower level cable networks that my parents had. They weren't huge TV watchers, and they refused to get that for me as much as I was a WCW fan. And now I don't get TBS for one thing, but I don't know what kind of packages have TBS here in Canada, for instance, or TNT. But I don't know if it's good for them to change nights or not. I don't know if that's considered an upgrade to be moved to a different night. AEW is going to get a Rampage show on Fridays at 10 p.m., but they just had their lowest Dynamite rating ever last Friday at 10 p.m. So unless they're going to bring Steve Urkel back to be the general manager, the king of the Friday nights, maybe they should. I don't consider that necessarily a good thing. And let's see if I can look it up. I actually saw this reported the other week regarding AEW's year-to-year viewership, and I'm pretty sure I can find it very quickly here because I did not say it in the news. However, I did post it in the YouTube stories for people to see, but perhaps I cannot find it. But anyways, AEW's viewership has gone down significantly year to year, so that might play into one of the reasons why they're being moved networks. Anything's possible. But I'll say some of your questions. Jason just got done watching one of my matches. I have tons of matches on the Hannibal TV. And I've wrestled, by the way, I've wrestled guys like Kevin Nash. I've done stuff with Terry Funk, Kamala, Honky Tonk Man, Lanny Poffo, Brutus the Barber, Beefcake, Sid. I beat Sid. How many people can say that? I beat Abdullah the Butcher numerous times and actually put him in a wheelchair because he could never wrestle again because I beat the crap out of him so bad. Messed up his hip so bad he's been in a wheelchair the rest of his life. Abyss, I've wrestled. James Storm, I've wrestled. Heidenreich, Eugene, Luke Gallows, I've been in the ring with. Davey Boy Smith Jr. in Stampede Wrestling, TJ Wilson in Stampede Wrestling, Ted Hart in Stampede Wrestling. I wrestled Natalia a lot in the dungeon. We trained together. It's been a huge amount of people. Quebecer Pierre, now known as PCO. Ricky Banderas, who just signed a full-time contract, I guess, multiple years with MLW. Smart on their part. I did beat him for the IWA Intercontinental Championship. I'm also a two-time WWC Puerto Rico Tag Team Champion and three-time Canadian Champion because I love bragging about myself because I am a heel reporter, heel person, and I love getting heat. Lana is on OnlyFans now. Well, make use of your fame while it's still at its peak. That's what I can suggest. And I forgot about this. Thanks for reminding this, Evan. I didn't beat AJ Styles once, but twice in the same night. Al Snow I've also beat. From ECW. Tommy Dreamer I've also actually made tap out, which Raven pointed out. I might be one of two people Tommy Dreamer ever tapped out to, but it's because I'm a master submission expert. And I don't think there's too many people in wrestling that could challenge me. But I'm a reporter. I'm doing way better for myself as a reporter, making waves all over the world. And I really love even though I might not be the friendliest of people, I do enjoy the fan support. How do I feel about Bobby Lashley? I've got interviews with him on this channel. There's someone I would have liked to have wrestled. Oleg Prudis, by the way, I wrestled a bunch of times. I would consider him very tough. Mason Ryan. Jinder Mahal. I beat the crap out of Jinder Mahal a bunch of times. Once I was tag teaming with Samoa Joe, beating up Jinder Mahal. So many. It's quite amazing. But I'm going to check out, as I am wearing this lovely sweater, but I only took the drops tonight after I did a good shoulder workout, followed by some DDP yoga. So there you go. Let me know what you think. Are they going to sell? Let me know in the comments.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of